some time at the end, but I have a lot to share with you. So I hope that you're new to Quality Matters and that you're interested in learning what is this Quality Matters that we're learning about today. We're getting interested in. So I just want to get started here with some of our origins and principles. Where did Quality Matters start from? So QM started at the as a FIPSI funded grant, which was the Fund for the Improvement of Post-Secondary Education. It started in 2003, and that grant ran until 2006. At that point, the good work that was done during the grant wanted to, people who were involved wanted to continue. We saw the need in the community for it, and it fortunately was taken up as a we became a bootstrapped nonprofit organization, which means that we weren't funded by the government or anybody else. We just were stood up as a nonprofit organization. In 2014, we separated from our parent organization and became a supporting nonprofit of them. And so that's where we are today. QM is based on what we call these principles. So if you heard Sasha talking about their culture, I think that the QM culture is really built on these principles, which you might call our values, which are to be collaborative, collegiate, where we are educational professionals working together in a collegial way as professionals to do continuous improvement that's centered around student learning, and it's centered on research. So QM is based in research. Now we know that there are many factors that impact the online learner experience of an online course, and this is what we call the online quality pie, and it includes all of the different facets of the online learner experience. So course design being one slice of the pie, and course delivery or the actual teaching of the course being another. The course design is all the forethought and planning that goes into a course before it's ever offered. The course delivery is the actual teaching of the course once it's been created. The course content gets into all of those curriculum decisions that you make at your institution. The institutional infrastructure is also a huge part of it. The students know they're signing up for an online class. We know they never signed up for emergency online instruction this year, but that's how it's been. So, is the institution ready to work with learners that are working online? Then your learning management system is another piece of that. Does it have the tools and features that are going to enable active learning on the part of your learners and have those tools and functionality? Most of them have that now, I think. This light gray slice of the pie is all about faculty readiness. Are faculty ready to teach online? And then the light blue slice of the pie is about student readiness. Have students been oriented to online? Are they aware of where what they have to how their responsibility changes in an online learning environment? So out of all these factors, QM initially started with course design, and we have now moved into other slices of this pie. Now we have the Teaching Online Certificate, which I'll talk about in a little while. We look at institutional infrastructure, faculty readiness, student readiness through our program reviews. So I'll share those with you here in just a little bit. So QM has grown to become an international standard. So we are in most American states. We're looking for a member in New Hampshire to make it all across the entire country. We also have presence in 15 other countries. And shout out if you are joining us from another country, especially with all of the time zone conversions. QM has also had over 90,000 faculty and staff take our professional development. And we currently have over 3,500 certified QM certified peer reviewers who participate in the reviews. So this is just a map of the world that shows you our reach, some of the countries that we are in. We have added additional countries since this graphic was created. So we're continuing to grow, and we are of course predominantly in the US and Canada, but we have a growing presence in Australia, China, and Saudi Arabia. So that just gives you a sense of where Quality Matters is located now. So QM is an island. We work with all kinds of other organizations that are also educational nonprofits. We also work with other organizations in a leadership capacity. One that is not on here is the National Council for Online Education, which is QM, has partnered with WCET, OLC, and UPCEA or UPCEA to form the National Council for Online Education. So let's talk about a little bit about what why you're here, which is around usually setting quality assurance goals. This is a great place to start. Tasha was talking about this in the keynote, how you can connect your, you have to have goals so that you know when you've arrived. You can't just start off with nothing and figure it out from there. It's helpful to have quality assurance goals. So we know that quality is really where the conversation is going in this day and age to from this move to emergency remote instruction to what is quality online learning, and everyone cares about this. What are your quality assurance goals? So is it at your institution that you want to improve course design? I know that's a big focus right now, that we want to ensure that people are ready to, that people who are moving their courses that move quickly online, they want to, at this point, improve their course design. Do you want to create professional development opportunities for your faculty and staff? You can also, or do you need to demonstrate a quality assurance process? Or maybe you're just looking for continuous improvement, which is an awesome goal in and of itself. Would you like to do benchmarking, or are you looking to get into institutional change where you really just need to change the whole culture of the institution, which I think that's been kind of foisted on many of us at this point. So QM has this what we call a continuum of excellence, and there are different implementation approaches. So institutions can start anywhere on this continuum. However, they usually begin here with the ad hoc approach. The ad hoc approach is the one that begins with just really, very episodic. It's not very, you might buy some workbooks or have a workshop to kick things off, and then it doesn't continue past that. So, but moving into the quality assurance level is where you're able to start demonstrating a quality assurance process at your institution, where you may be doing some internal reviews, self-reviews. You're starting to get people involved. And then continuous improvement is where you're kind of going beyond the quality thresholds, and you're taking that review that you're doing and you're doing something with it. You're taking the information from self-reviews and internal reviews and incorporating that into your professional development to determine where are our problems, where are the things that we need to do to improve. And then we move then into benchmarking, and this is where you're doing QM certified course reviews, official reviews for certification, and then you may also be doing at this point program reviews. And then the highest level here is institutional change, which is the hardest one to achieve, and it is this is where you're sustaining high quality, where quality is a part of your institution's mission. It's something that everyone is focused on. Okay, so so you may be thinking, well, gosh, I'm a small school or I'm a big school and I'm just a small fish in a big pond. But I just want you to know that there are a lot of possibilities with QM. It's adaptable. You can have all kinds of different strategic goals and ideas of how you want to implement QM, and we don't give you a box and say, here's your QM, go ahead and install it, and then you're good to go. That's not how Quality Matters works. It's adaptable to your needs and your situation, the resources you have available, and it doesn't matter if if you have a large school or a small school. There are things you can do to participate in Quality Matters with the outcome of improving your courses. So so regardless of your structures, you can implement QM. So we do have, we have quality assurance from K-12 all the way through continuing education. So let's go ahead and take a look at what QM has. So what do we mean when we say quality? So what we're looking for is something that's above average. We're looking for better than, this is good enough. And something at the 85% level. We use that 85% because we're not looking for perfection. We are looking for something that is above average plus. So if you think about a 100-point grade scale, 85 is about a B plus. So an 85% level still means that there can be room for improvement, even if you have met a particular standard. So that's the level at which we determine quality. And we're also looking at research-supported best practices. The QM rubric is built by the community with a rubric committee, and so and we look at the research and what is the research telling us, as well as what are the best practices that we're incorporating, because a lot of times that's ahead of the research. And we do look for progress. We're, again, not looking for perfection. We never use the P word, which is where courses pass QM, because that indicates that there could be failure, and we know that there's no failing a QM review, because QM does believe that all courses can meet standards. So we have rubrics across the educational lifespan from K through 12, from elementary school courses all the way through continuing education. Far and away our largest group is higher education. And so, of course, many higher education institutions were involved during the grant period and continue to grow from there. We are in the process now of updating the continuing and professional education rubric, which is about non-credit courses. So if you have non-credit bearing courses, that rubric is used for that. We also work a lot with educational publishers at both higher education and K through 12. So the K-12 rubric workbook includes both the K-12 elementary as well as secondary, and also K-12 publishers. So those are all there in the K-12 rubric. So the QM course design standards are not prescriptive. There are many ways to meet our standards. QM doesn't say there's only one way to do this. We update them regularly with a rubric committee that's composed of members of our community with deep experience in using the rubric. The standards are research supported, and again, we use best practices, and we have a set of annotations, a very rich set of annotations that explain more about they explain more about the standards, and as well as give great examples and lots of different types of examples of how the standard can be met. So the common to all rubrics are the 8 general standards, and these are the same 8 general standards across all of our rubrics. So General Standard 1 is about course overview and introduction. So do students know how to get started, where to go, what to do? Standard 2 is about learning objectives. Are the learning objectives measurable at the course level and the module level, written from a student perspective? Do they connect to the activities that students are going to do? Standard 3 is about assessment and measurement, and this is all about do your assessments actually measure your measurable learning objectives? Is your grading policy clear? Standard 4 is all about instructional materials, and this is about ensuring that the instructional materials provided enable the learners to meet the learning objectives. And then Standard 5 is about learning activities and learner interaction. So this is all about how those learning activities help the learners scaffold from the learning objective to the assessment. Are you enabling them to do activities along the way that enable them to be successful? Standard 6 includes course technologies. That's all about how are the technologies that are used in the course, are they the right tools for the job? Do they help the learners meet the expectations? Do they have access to them? Do they know how to get those technologies? Learner support is Standard 7, and it looks at 4 different types of learner support: technical support, disability support services, academic support, as well as student support services. And then finally, last but certainly not least, is accessibility and usability. So ensuring that all of the text and images in courses are accessible, navigation is easy to follow, that it is consistent, and those are the 8 general standard areas. So the specific review standards are interrelated and they are holistic. So they may refer to one another, and they're designed to look at the whole of the course. And the number of specific review standards do vary by rubric. We have around 42 to 43 standards depending upon the rubric, and they support competency-based education. And it's important to note that all of the standards can be applied to any technology, any learning management system. They are not specific to any of them. So, and common across all rubrics is this idea of alignment. And alignment is the concept that all of the course elements are working together to ensure that the learners meet the desired learning outcomes. And so we start here at the bottom with our learning objectives as the foundation of our building. And you can see here there are columns that have the standards, the specific review standards for course activities, instructional materials, and course tools. And so those are the things that hold up the course. Those are those are the support structures to help the learners get to their capstone or their assessment at the end of the course or throughout the course even. So if you have any one of these pieces of alignment missing from our building, your building will be less stable, and so will the instructional design of the course. So this is a very foundational piece to all QM rubrics. So if you have any questions about the rubric, go ahead and post them to the Q&A. So I'm going to move on now to talk about QM reviews. We do both course reviews as well as program reviews. So let's first talk about types of course reviews. So there are two types of course reviews: internal reviews for improvement, as well as official QM reviews for certification. So let's talk a little bit about these individually. Internal reviews, as QM members, you'll receive access to these tools. The self-review tool is available in the course review management system. It's available to every member of your institution. So all faculty and staff have access to the self-review tool once they've created a MyQM account. This includes the full rubric for which you are a member, and your these internal processes the self-review tool can really help with doing internal reviewing first. The self-review tool is completely confidential. Anyone who creates one, the QM coordinator for the campus, is notified, but they cannot look at that particular, at the self-review information that's put in there. Internal reviews in the CRMS, which is that's our course review management system, and that course review management system is available to members where you're able to conduct internal reviews that, QM doesn't mandate how you do those. Some institutions will mimic an official review in their internal review process, while others will have a different process where they may use two reviewers. We do recommend that faculty be involved in any of these internal review processes. So My Custom Reviews is the last tool on here. It's a tool that we've developed that enables you to modify the QM rubric and add your own institutional standards. So if you have particular standards at your institution, you can add those into My Custom Reviews. If you're reviewing other things that don't have anything to do with online course design, you can also use My Custom Reviews for that as well, because you can input your own set of standards. And it uses the same processes as our official review process does. So internal course reviews enable you to prepare for official reviews, but we really recommend that you take some QM professional development to prepare for these internal review processes, because the professional development really helps explain how these things all work together. So right here we have the QM Essentials. This is a seal that can be used with your institution if you follow our rules on this particular type of internal reviews. It's a way to do recognition for your internal reviewers. So official reviews for QM certification come in two types. You can have QM manager course reviews, and at the correct level of subscription, you can have subscriber managed reviews where you manage your own review team. So in the QM managed review, we select the review team, we pay the review team, and we manage the review process. Subscriber managed enables the institution to have cost savings by managing their own review teams and paying their own review teams through but in both cases, all QM policies and procedures are followed, and courses have the same outcome, which is attaining the QM certification mark that can be used within the course. So to do subscriber managed course reviews, the QM coordinator has to complete the QM coordinator training, and that is free. It's a part of your membership. So this is the Quality Matters certification mark. It can be used within the course. It can be used in your course catalog. We've seen institutions put it on the labels in the bookstores. So there's there's one for every program, and it includes the year the course was certified. The certification mark is good for 5 years. So it is a and then at that point the course can go through recertification, or the course can go through another entire course review. It's an institutional decision. So we also have another kind of review, which are preparatory course reviews, and these utilize a single master reviewer who is an experienced peer reviewer who has taken additional professional development. They are a subject matter expert within the discipline, and they are external to your institution. This is a type of review that our community asked for and we created. It helps prepare for official course reviews because you have the insights of a single master reviewer before you have the whole review team. So I'll talk about that just here in a moment. But a review team includes it includes a team of reviewers. It's not just a single reviewer. So this represents our QM peer review process. And as you can see from this graphic, it is a circular process. So it has no beginning, it has no ending. And at the 12 o'clock position, we'll start there with the course. We know a lot goes into the course coming into existence, that there is the institution or organization and the course representative that could be a faculty member, an instructional designer, depends on how your institution is set up, that have worked to make this course come into fruition. And we recommend that the course be offered at least twice in order to give the faculty developers or those who worked on the course an opportunity to kind of work out the kinks and try some different things and see what actually works, and then have the course go to the 3 o'clock position, which is the official course review process. So a lot goes into that review process as well. You have your peer reviewers who've taken professional development. They're using the Quality Matters rubric as their instrument, and that includes and that's backed by research literature and is a set of national standards. So the outcome of a course review is feedback, and that feedback is either that the course is QM certified or the course doesn't yet meet standards. So if the course doesn't yet meet standards, it goes into a course revision process. The course revision process enables changes to be made to the course so it can meet standards. But as you can see, once the course is certified, it's still the course, and it continues to be offered, and that is again good for 5 years. So the review team, depending upon the type of review, you have a team of 2 or 3 course reviewers. They must have taken QM professional development to attain those roles, and some roles require ongoing professional development. There's always a subject matter expert on the team, and the team is led by a chair who is a master reviewer. A master reviewer is a reviewer who has completed at least 2 official QM course reviews and has taken additional professional development to lead and coach the team to ensuring the quality of the course review. So, and what is not listed here is that there is always an external reviewer to the institution. And the course representative is also a part of the team. And this person should have access to the rubric prior to the course review and be involved in pre-review conference calls with the team There's actually just one call, and they're consulted throughout the review. This is an open and collegial process, so the review team may ask for some small changes to be made during the review process so the course can meet standards. Remember, it's a continuous improvement process, not an evaluation behind closed doors. So the timeline for course reviews, this is for an official QM course review, takes about 1 or 2 weeks to get the course worksheet filled out, hold the pre-review conference call, and set the team calendar. That's when the review team determines when they are going to complete the review. So they usually complete the review within about 3 to 6, about 3 weeks after that. The reviewers individually review the course, and then the review is finalized after a post-review conference call. If the course doesn't yet meet standards, there is a 14-week period for course amendments to be made. So changes can be made to the course after during that 14-week period. So it takes about, so the entire timeline is about 20 weeks if a course doesn't yet meet standards. But it doesn't mean that you have to use that entire 14 weeks. We have many course representatives who make changes to the course, and then the course is certified at like week 8. So these things can go a little bit faster. So why would you want to do this? Well, the outcomes are continuous improvement, and it also enables you to recognize those courses who, and faculty members who've developed them for their development of the course for meeting the standards. They can be recognized internally as well as externally, because when the certification mark is earned, it shows up on our QM website, and we also highlight it on social media. We highlight it in our newsletters, so we celebrate it, and we encourage the institutions to do so as well. These are positive outcomes for your faculty members, and the bottom line is that it helps your learners have a better online learning experience. So let's talk just now about, if you have any questions about course reviews, please feel free to post them into the Q&A. I'm happy to answer those as well. So let's move into program certifications. These are available for higher education right now. And there are 4 types: online program design, online teaching support, online learner support, and online learner success. So these program reviews have different foci, as you can see, and they are really an external evaluation for your programs. It's a great way for you to prepare for your reaffirmation of accreditation. It shows that your institution's committed to quality, and it also enables you to help improve your programs. Master reviewers generally become program reviewers, and this is a different type of process. You do need 3 years of data, and we have a candidacy pathway that we also have available. So when an institution earns all 4 program certifications within a 3-year period, they earn the Exemplary Online Program designation. And we did have our very first institution earn this last year, University of Alaska Fairbanks. They earned it for their special education program. So there are, you can check out on our website the institutions that have been involved in program reviews and have earned those certifications. So I mentioned the program candidacy pathway. This enables you to do a very intentional approach where you're getting some help along the way. There is a fee for it, but it enables you to have a structure that helps engage your entire organization, because it won't just be your distance learning department. You're going to need to talk to your institutional research department and other areas of the institution, including student success and so forth, to help improve the course. I mean, to get to the program review information. So if you have any questions about program reviews, please feel free to post this in the Q&A. Now I'm going to move into our professional development, which is another part of Quality Matters. It's very busy these days, but Quality Matters professional development helps you build campus capacity for having your own peer reviewers on your campus. You can also use QM peer professional development to grow your own master reviewers, as well as having certified facilitators on campus that can deliver the QM rubric workshop, and that provides an additional cost savings. Having people on your campus who hold QM roles also helps to develop this kind of culture of of continuous improvement. But even if they don't become a peer reviewer or hold a QM role, participation in QM professional development definitely does lead to a culture of continuous improvement. We know from our exit surveys that institutions, that peer reviewers and those who participate in them, that really is the penultimate professional development for them. That participation in the review. So to get started, we do workshops for improvement, and that includes applying the Quality Matters rubric workshop. Many of you may have taken that already, but that's our flagship workshop, and it gives the opportunity to look at somebody else's course and try applying the QM standards to someone else's course. We have a real online course that we do use the standards for in our Applying the QM rubric workshop. Improving your online course is also a workshop if you already have a lot of online courses and you want to help faculty. They just are interested in, they're not really interested in all this QM stuff. They just want to make their course better. Improving your online course is a great workshop for that. These are in bold because we have licensing options available for those on a full or a system membership. The Applying the QM rubric workshop is a part of the license for the full or the system, and the Improving Your Online Course workshop is an optional supplemental that you can get a training license to deliver these workshops either online or face-to-face at your campus. Designing your online course is a very popular one right now. This is a workshop that helps faculty design a module of a course using an alignment map and gives them a framework for moving forward with developing additional modules. So the Designing Your Online course, that will be licensed this summer. So that one's not in bold here, but it will be, because it's not available yet, but we will be offering that as a licensed workshop as well. Designing Your Blended course is another great workshop that gets into blended. And then we also have general standards focused workshops that talk about the specific review standards. If they're, like, let's say you're learning that we don't have a lot of measurable learning objectives on our campus. We have a workshop that specifically works on that, connecting learning objectives and assessments. So we have additional professional development, loads of stuff out there on our website too. The other part is certification courses for implementation. So we have the peer reviewer course that leads to peer reviewer certification. That means that you're holding these roles. If you become a peer reviewer, you can then become a master reviewer once you've done a couple of official reviews. You take the master reviewer certification, you're a master reviewer and able to be a team chair. There's the course review manager certification. This enables QM coordinators to manage their own course reviews without cost QM. If they manage if a subscriber managed course review is not managed by a course review manager, there is a $100 fee for registering the course with QM, but that course review manager certification course is $300. So if you're going to do more than 3 courses, you might as well take that one. And then we have certifications to become facilitators for the Applying the QM rubric workshop or the Improving Your Online course workshop. And all of these certifications are online only. They're rigorous, they are facilitated, there are deadlines that have to be met during them, and so they are but we want to set you up for success in these roles, and so that's why we do so much assessment in our professional development. So we have different options. Online is a great one. We also do face-to-face workshops when we can, and we have transitioned those to virtual. So if you're able to so if you're interested in bringing QM to your campus, we can do so through a Zoom meeting room. We also have QM Live, which are web conferencing workshops using Zoom, and they are synchronous online workshops. Excuse me, we have many dedicated options. So if you have specific needs for your campus, we can meet those. And right now we are about to roll out some different packages of web conferencing workshops or QM Live that meet the needs of what's happening right now. You need to get people through some additional professional development. They're 2 hours or 1 hour in length, and as opposed to like an online workshop that's 2 weeks or longer, and then a face-to-face or virtual workshop that takes a whole day. So the QM Live sessions are 2 hours or 1 hour, 1 hour in length. We have about 30 different ones, and those are available under For Your Organization on our website. So a lot of people join Quality Matters because they are interested in participating in a community for quality. And we asked our community, they told us, we thought, why did you become a member of Quality Matters? We thought they were going to tell us, oh, we wanted to get access to the rubric. Well, that's not why. They wanted to join a community that cares about quality. And I think that that's something that really shines through in our community. And we thank you for being a part of it. Here on this graphic, you can see at the very bottom, there's this little QM, and that's our company. We only have 38 people who work here. So QM is real small. So we rely on our community. So we have community advisory bodies such as our board of directors, our Quality Matters Academic Advisory Council. We have other advisory bodies that work with us, our international strategy, that are parts of our board. They're ad hoc groups of our board. And then we have our special interest groups, and I'll talk about this here in a little bit, our QM Instructional Designers Association, as well as IQM. And then we have all the QM certified educators, people who hold QM roles. And then they're at QM institutions, and students. The students are really who we do this all for, because the impact of what we do ultimately lands in their lap. It's to improve their experience. So I mentioned the Quality Matters Instructional Designers Association. This is free for members. You can join if you're a QM, if you are an instructional designer. They do monthly Twitter chats. This is a volunteer-led organization, and they have periodically Instructional Designers' Learning Exchange, which is like a QM success story for instructional designers. These are instructional designer focused professional development sessions that are held in Zoom. And then International Quality Matters is the IQM Association. There's around 200 members. You can join that if you read, write, or speak languages other than English. And this is because of that international outreach that we have, that it helps us to promote QM in other countries, as well as to help them with understanding how Quality Matters works. So you can absolutely join that if you're interested as well. QM offers free success stories to our members. These are monthly webinars. They are, if you miss them, it's okay. We hold them in Zoom, so we have a capacity limit there of 500 people. But if you miss it, it's okay, because the success stories are housed in the MyQM reference library. So when you log into MyQM, over on the left side, you'll see the reference library, and then all the old QM success stories are shown there. The descriptions of them are out on our website, so you can kind of see what stories that our members have told. So these are success stories from our members for our members. And then we also have a QM colleague program, and these are folks who have implemented QM on their campuses, and you may be new and say, I really need to talk to somebody at a small community college that serves a rural population. Well, we have some members like that, so we can connect you with somebody like that if you need to. We can match them to your size and your type. So if you're a big public four-year institution, we can certainly connect you with others. They can give you some helpful advice about what worked for them. So QM has a research grounding, and this is and we have research colleagues who work with our Director of Research and Innovation on volunteer projects. They contribute to our QM research library and curate that. They help us with our research agenda, and they determine research projects. So our QM research colleagues are a very valuable part of our community. They help contribute to the literature and looking at the literature. The research library is free. It's open to everybody. You don't even have to be a member of QM. It's updated regularly. There are over 1,000 curated articles in there. Someone has read them, vetted them, written a summary about it, and included it in the research library. So if you're ever asked for some online learning research, this is a great stopping point, rather than having to cull through JSON and Eric and all those digests. We've done some of that work for you. So QM research projects, we just recently released a Chloe 4 report that explores trends. We work with EduVentures on that one. And we also have different initiatives that research supports. There's a great article I'll share here in our chat here in a minute about a research initiative that happened that was around QM professional development and its impact on face-to-face teaching. And what the researchers found was really quite interesting. So I want to tell you a little bit about teaching online, and this is the implementation of your course design. Quality Matters launched a QM Teaching Online certificate a few years back, and this has been very popular. We have had over 850 people complete the entire series of 7 workshops. What you see on the screen are the 7 digital credentials that are earned for completion of each of the 7 workshops. The workshops are 1 or 2 weeks in length. They can be taken in any order, and when the earner has completed all 7, they earn the Teaching Online certificate. And so there is a textbook for 4 of these, and this is a very helpful start for knowledge level competencies for faculty who are new to online teaching. The entire program can be completed in 11 weeks, but it is not limited to 11 weeks. You can stop in and stop out. We've designed this for busy faculty. We know they are very busy and they are getting busier all the time. So, so they're kind of in small chunks. The outcome of each of the workshops is a piece of evidence that is tied to the digital credential, and these are then available through Acclaim, which is a Credly platform. So, so that's our online teaching certificate. It has been very popular. Especially recently, and we do expect a lot more people to join us for it over the summer. So QM is also working on a set of teaching standards, and I'm using air quotes here because they could be guidelines, and we have set these up to be connected to the QM standards that are in our course design rubrics that are about the execution of the course design. How do you do that when in practice? How do you move from the design into the delivery? And these are research supported standards that as well, and they have received community input, and we are looking actually now at doing a little bit more with that, but COVID-19 has knocked us off our game, so we are still working on those. They haven't been released yet, but if you need a copy, please reach out and I can give you a copy of where we are now. It's really a draft. So I'm going to pause here to see, I want to do a quick check-in. How many of you, if you go to your participants tab, I think you can raise your hand if you are not a member yet of Quality Matters. Okay, I see a couple of hands. Great, great, great. I see a few people. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to share with you a little bit about how to become a member of Quality Matters because we do have some different subscription options. For any QM membership, everyone is, all faculty and staff at your organization is included in your membership. You do get access to a fully annotated QM rubric, and we do have supplemental memberships available for higher education, for K-12, for continuing professional education. These are all of the different programs that we have. So in higher education, let's start there. There's a basic membership which includes the current QM rubric, the suite of QA tools, resources, and reports. So we talked a little bit about the internal reviews, the self-reviews. You can also enjoy member rates on our professional development, course reviews, and events. The full membership is the full membership is all of the basic membership benefits as well as a license to facilitate the QM, applying the QM rubric workshop. You are also eligible to do subscriber managed course reviews, and we have a small program option as well. So if you just have 1 or 2 online programs, the small program option is available for you. Once you're on a full membership, you can have do the optional improving your online course workshop license. So I see that there are a couple questions in the chat. So I want to answer those real quick. Yes, the PowerPoint is available already. It is available for your institution on our website for your organization under professional development. And so, and I can get you the link for that lead up. So there's another question about when will the QM Teaching Online Certificate be ready? It's ready now. It's been available for several years. We have had over 850 people complete it. So we also have a Teaching Online workshop that's very popular, that's 2 weeks long. So you can also you can also check that workshop out as well. So back to the memberships. Yeah, if you're a member, if your institution is a member, you're a member. So you just set up your MyQM account, go ahead and jump in there and set up your MyQM account and affiliate with your institution, and you'll be able to you'll be a member. Okay, so so these are two types of membership for higher education. In higher education, we have consortiums or consortia, and we have systems. And so a consortium is 3 or more organizations with full memberships who join together at the same time to get a 25% discount. They get all this, they each have a full membership, but they don't have data, like they're not doing data sharing. At the system level, which you don't, this can be a system of anything, like Ohio has a system that includes both public and private institutions. So there's quite a bit of you know, there's quite an array of systems. So we call it a system at QM. There's a lead organization with affiliate organizations. So it's kind of like a parent-child relationship where the lead is gets the bill, has all of the responsibility, and then the affiliates are also members under that lead, but they also operate very autonomously. So a lead is able to see what activity is across all of the institutions. So a system enables the full membership benefits, plus you can collaborate across the institutions. So if you're offering a workshop, it goes for everybody in the system. You can have members from other institutions join your workshop. Ohio has a system, and they have a bartering system where they're sharing course reviewers across their system. So there are a set of enhanced reporting tools so that the lead QM coordinators can see across the institutions. So that's there's additional benefits to being a system. So K-12 has a basic membership, which includes one organization. They have access to both the K-12 secondary and the K-12 publisher rubrics. Member rates are available on all services and events. Now in K-12, there's not access to the course review management system other than the self-review tool, unless you move into the consortium membership. And this is if you have 2 or more organizations. It's also available as an add-on. So you get all the basic benefits, plus you get access to the course review management system, my custom reviews, and you're able to do that kind of connection with others that I mentioned for higher education systems. So QM has supplementals as well. So if you want to add on a K-12 rubric to your higher ed membership, you can do that. In K-12, there is a training license to offer the QM rubric workshop, as well as a subscriber managed review license that can be added on. The Improving Your Online Course Workshop is a supplemental for higher education at the full or system membership level. And then QM's for Students, there's a presentation later today by a professor from North Carolina, Beth, who will be talking about QM for Students. This enables you to teach Quality Matters to your students in your programs, because students are not covered by your membership, just faculty and staff. QM coordinators are the key to success. They are the key to success for your implementation. They are the liaison between Quality Matters and the institution. We send extra communications to our QM coordinators. We have special meetings for them. There's free QM coordinator training, and and then we also have in that QM coordinator training a community space for them. So there's a community space for QM coordinators to talk with each other. If you're in this presentation, you may become the QM coordinator for your institution if you're not already. So this is a very helpful person. So these are some of the faces and names that you may like to note for your future reference, including myself. I'm Brenda Boyd there. So I'm having a little trouble finding the chat to see if there's any questions in the chat, because I'd like to make sure I answer those as well. Okay, it looks like the answer's in the... Okay. No questions in the Q&A. Let me see here. Okay, so please, time is up, so I want to thank you all for coming to our presentation. These slides, as I said, are available out on our website, and I can put that link into the chat. So thank you very much for coming, and if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you, Jade.